Alright, welcome back to Curl Gaming, where we discuss all things video games. Today we're going to take a look at one of my guilty pleasures. This is going to be Revolution X, but this is the Genesis version. And yes, there's quite a bit of difference from the arcade to the Genesis, Super Nintendo, Saturn, PlayStation, all that. So I actually used to have the two-player version of the arcade game, and that was probably the heaviest game I've ever moved, and that was only the two-player version. Anyway, with that being said, I do have the Game Genie on this, so we're going to get through to the end and take a look. Those familiar with Revolution X, the sounds on the Genesis are a little off-putting compared to the arcade and other systems. But with that being said, let's break into Revolution X running on the Sega Genesis.
Revolution X. this nonsense now. If you're watching this, then they've taken over. It's up to you now. Find our car and stop the new order. Remember, music is the weapon. you go from here is up to you.
These guys are maggots. They're putting chemicals in all our food.
Semitech. It's a front for the new order. Tear down the wall.
Alright, welcome back. Hopefully you like that look at Revolution X running on the Sega Genesis. Excuse me, like I said before, it is a guilty pleasure of mine. I do like some of these, as you say, mid to late 90s light gun games. Revolution X, they had like Alien the Gun, or Alien 3 the Gun, Space Gun, Terminator 2, stuff like that. And then the game's just progressively evolved, and then it is what it is. But I do like this. I know this game got dumped on quite a bit, just because, like, Aerosmith at the time, they were making, I don't want to say a comeback, but they were pretty much in everyone's face. They did have that one album that kind of kick-started everything. That's why you hear the music in this game in particular. But with the Genesis, the music itself does not sound that great. I do like the sounds of the Genesis version just because of what it is, even though it cannot emulate the sounds properly. And then the speech, the voices in the game, very distorted for what it is. So this does show the weakness of the Genesis as well. It could be just bad programming and stuff, and the levels have been compromised for sure. And then of course the scaling effects are pretty much non-existent in this game when compared to other systems. For what it was at the time, I thought it was great. I believe I played the Genesis version first before I even saw the arcade game. I actually never saw the arcade game until it must have been 2005, 2007, and that's when I was collecting arcade games. So, and I got one at a decent price, so I picked it up, and yeah, it was head and shoulders better than the actual home ports, and that does include like the Saturn and PlayStation versions. Even though those are more sound accurate, there's just something about the arcade version that's pretty much pitch perfect. Well, it is pitch perfect because it's the arcade. One thing that throws me off, some areas of the Genesis seem to outshine the Super Nintendo. That will also go for the option screen, and some of the graphics do look a little bit better. I'm not going to say overall. The performance on both are roughly the same, but the Super Nintendo does have a slight edge when it comes to some of the scaling stuff, which, believe it or not, I do have Revolution X for Super Nintendo and Saturn, and I'll be breaking down those videos and showing gameplay on that. I believe there's cheat codes on the Super Nintendo one, so I should be able to play straight through that. Saturn one I haven't taken a look at, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's cheat codes on that, so I could be able to play through that as well. One thing that throws me off as well, the truck stage where you're trying to blow up the bus before they get to the detention center. Levels like that do aggravate me. They did have that one in Terminator 2, but instead of destroying it, you have to protect it. The main difference, I didn't like it in Revolution X, and that would probably be my one huge knock on this, is that you had the speed up, slow down arrows at the top, so you'd have to speed up or slow down and waste time shooting those to get the bus in the screen. Granted, I understand why they did that. It's a quarter muncher, they need your money, you're going to be dropping more coins in, stuff like that. But you're also on a strict timeline too. If you don't complete that level or destroy the bus by the end, that level, it's pretty much game over, and you'd have to reset and start over. Not from the beginning, but from that level. And that can be pretty aggravating as well. So with that being said, like I said, this is a guilty pleasure of mine. This one is stripped back quite a bit compared to the other console ports. But for a Genesis game, if you do like light gun games, give it a shot. I don't believe this is compatible with the enhancer, or the Menacer, I guess, not the enhancer, but the Menacer. Same with the Super Nintendo version. I don't believe that's compatible with the Super Scope, but it would have made a huge difference. Some of the controls they're pretty much straightforward. Plus, you can change the speed of the cursor, which is nice. But with that being said, let me know if you played Revolution X before. I do find it funny if you dig up the history of this game. They were planning a second one with Public Enemy, and I don't know how far along that got, and if he even started, or if it was just in the pre-planning stages, but I think that would have been interesting to see what they could have done with Public Enemy and how that would have turned out. And I'm guessing that still would have been a light gun game in the same vein. So anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. Thumbs up, thumbs down. And let me know down below, have you played Revolution X before? If so, was it the arcade? Was it one of the many console ports? And if you did play a console ports, do you have one that's your favorite or one that you enjoyed more than the other? I've probably said this before in the past, but nostalgia is a hell of a drug, so that's one of the reasons why I picked this one to record. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed, feel free to subscribe. I do upload on a regular basis, and I'll catch you all next time. Thank you.